We have the OM system OM-5 Mark II.
Now the biggest difference that you're going to see with this updated version is a brand new color. Now it's a color I haven't really seen in very many cameras at all.
This is a sand beige color. It's very nice. It's very matte. It has a beautiful look to it. It has a unique finish that's definitely going to stand out in the market.
Now the first thing I noticed when we picked up this camera was certainly a much more rounded design, not as many sharp edges, which is a really nice thing. You can spot it from a distance. I'm like, wow, they have made some improvements ergonomically to this camera.
I'm glad you've seen some physical changes with this. We're going to talk about some of the updates from the original OM-5, which was 3 years ago, and we're going to talk about how this camera kind of stands on its own as well. So let's get into it, Dave. When we look at the physical aspects of this camera, not a lot has changed. As Dave mentioned, the ergonomics are a bit different. The grip is a bit chunkier. It actually feels quite nice in the hand. It is compact, relatively lightweight, but this camera, besides the actual, new paint color, is very similar to the predecessor. We have that same articulating screen. We have a lot of the similar controls and all that kind of stuff. And when it comes down to it, we're not seeing a major update here. It's a lot of really subtle things. So we do have a new port, the USB-C port, which brings it up to, modern digital mirrorless cameras these days. So we can charge it nice and fast and use power delivery system like a power bank so you can charge it on the go. This is important for, I think, the demographic of this camera, which is going to be people that love the outdoors, because this camera is really designed for it. And one of the biggest things that we don't talk about enough, I feel, is that OM system cameras have an actual rating. So this is an IP53 rating for dust resistance as well as water. And what this means is that you can really get it wet. So you can be in the rain, you can get it splashed, and it's going to be just fine because it actually has really good weather sealing. And because it is actually rated, you can trust this camera is going to be very durable in the field. We also love that OM system cameras kind of stay true to their legacy of being some of the best stabilized cameras on the market. So you can get up to 7.5 stops of in-body image stabilization when it's paired with specific lenses. Now at the lower end, if you use some other lenses that don't have that sync stabilization, you're going to get 6.5 stops. Still very usable, still great to have. But I do like how this camera feels in my hand. I like that we have an electronic viewfinder. It's nothing spectacular. The resolution is 2.36 million dots, decent refresh rate on it, and of course because we have the articulation in the screen, it is nice to protect it but also be able to get photos and videos from different angles. This camera does feel pretty damn nice in your hand. I like how the layout is. I like this little spot here for where your thumb placement's going to be. I like how the dials feel, and they've done a very good job designing this line of cameras. Now I do have to say that from a usability standpoint, I am happy to have the OM system menu. So the old Olympus menu system wasn't very good. We harped on it a lot for being a little bit disjointed, hard to kind of navigate. And of course, because this is designed to be something that, outdoor enthusiasts, people that want to make changes on the go, maybe people that are a little bit more of like a beginner photographer moving from like a smartphone, or they want to have something that they can have as like a sidekick to their other system, having a good menu interface is fantastic. And I like that OM system uses the touchscreen interface on the screen so you can make all of your changes that way. Now we don't have a joystick for controlling autofocus, but we are finding that the autofocus system is up to par with a lot of the newer OM system cameras. So it's not necessarily the best in class, but it's definitely very good.
Now there are a lot of very unique features in this camera, but let's start with the sensor itself. It's a 20 megapixel micro four thirds sensor. Now in a world where the full frame story is sold so much, and it certainly is very impressive image quality, when you look at the micro four thirds system, the image quality can be very good as well. And if you do want high resolution, you have the ability to shoot 50 megapixel handheld high-res shots. That's very important, and that's that stabilization system working overtime to make that happen. You don't have the same low light capability, but there's some tips and tricks to make this work. The stabilization on this camera is so amazing. It allows you to do a few things. One, for instance, is their ND filters. You have a digital ND filter built into this camera up to ND16. That means I don't need to carry around external filters like I do in other camera systems. This is super fun when I'm out shooting waterfalls, for instance, and I want to reduce the light. I can do it in camera without any fuss or any muss. Now, a couple other features that are brilliant on this camera is the ability to focus on stars. This camera has the ability to focus on stars, so you don't have to punch in with your live view and try and focus as best you can and then punch back out. The other thing we do have is a night vision mode, and this really boosts the gain through the viewfinder itself. So if you have some foreground elements when you're shooting at night that are tough to see, you have the ability to see it enhanced in the viewfinder. It's not affecting the actual exposure, but it really helps you compose your shot at nighttime. Now, something unique about this camera, it does have a new button, even though it looks very much like the original OM-5. We have a CP button here, which stands for Computational Photography. And all those features like that live ND filter and the high-res shots are all available very quickly at the spin of a dial as you push that button down. You can really take a look at these, and so you're not digging through the menu system and having to fine-tune all this stuff. You can simply just pop it in, dial over to what you want to work with, and it's right there at your fingertips. It makes it so much easier to deal with.
On the dial, you will notice there is a video function on this. There is video function, but we're not seeing any upgrades here, unfortunately. What we have is 4K 30, it's 8-bit footage. It's not the best on the market, that's for sure. And it's too bad because I think in a nice little compact, super rugged, you know, weather sealed camera, it would have been really nice if they upgraded the video functionality.
I mean, that being said, I mean, the video quality is decent. And
You do have good image stabilization.
And stabilization is fantastic on this. So it's almost like gimbal-like footage when you are recording video with it.
And then, you know, you have a microphone jack and the articulating screen. So it does have a couple boxes checked for video, but it's just not going to be stellar quality footage. Overall, I think that this is an awesome tool. If you're someone that is outdoorsy, you want to take advantage of the weather sealing, the compactness, how rugged this camera is, and of course with those computational photography tools, this can really be kind of like an easy to bring around camera. You don't have to lug around your tripod because you have handheld high res. You don't have to bring around your ND filters because you got them built in with the digital options. And there's just a lot of really great features to this that make it an excellent tool for people that want like a second rugged camera to bring around with them with interchangeable lenses. And also if it's someone that's upgrading and they want to get into a first system, that's going to be nice and compact.
100% agree. I mean, that stabilization is unbelievable. I mean, I've personally done 5-second handheld shots, which is unheard of.
Sorry, Dave. But yeah, it's true. And
there's a mosquito.
There was a mosquito.
She's not
there was a skeeter.
Objecting to my point.
Yeah, little skeeter situation. But you know, I think the style of this is quite nice. I think it has a cute look to it as well. I like the aesthetics of a lot of the OM system cameras. And yeah, I mean, I think that it would have been nice if they had done bigger upgrades because it is a 3-year-old camera, but there's still a lot of people that might be in the market for something like this that aren't obsessed with the previous features and are just happy with something that is able to keep up with them. And because they're going to be launching it at the same price, I think this has some good value.
I 100% agree. And once you start exploring these feature sets, realize what you can do with this camera, how easily you can put those computational photography tools into your photos. It is a lot of fun. I mean, I've really enjoyed the ND filters. I find myself using it way more than I would if I had to actually take some ND filters out of my camera bag and screw them to the front of my lens.
Definitely. We're happy to see the direction that OM System is going. You know, it's taken them a little bit of time after they've rebranded from Olympus, but it's nice to see that they're still producing some cool options. Of course, we want to know, what do you think about this new OM System OM-5 Mark II? Let us know by commenting below.
And what do you guys think of this brand new color? Follow us both on Instagram.
And if you're new to our channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's been Dave and Evelyn from the Camera Store. We'll catch you again very soon.
Here, catch. Macarena, Macarena.